So welcome to an occasional Topcast. There's been some discussion I have watched in some philosophy communities recently about the interplay between fun and discipline. These terms label ideas that might seem to be in conflict at times. My own personal experience of this is right now. I have a lot of fun making my videos and podcasts, and the more fun I tend to have, the more I tend to speak. So the longer my videos and expositions, some might say rants, go on for. Now, some might like my lengthy commentaries, and that's great. Indeed, one motivation for all of this material, if you go right back to episode 1, was, and it remains, for me to clarify in my own mind, to myself, what I really understand these ideas to be. And so these are my interpretations. They're not canon in any way, and these are not necessarily endorsed by those who created these ideas. This is my way of arranging some of these ideas in my own mind that I thought might be useful to anyone coming to this worldview for the first time. But I emphasise, this is a personal take on these things. Other knowledgeable people, especially more knowledgeable, about any of this might very well distill out some other, more significant takeaways, which is to say, they might make different choices. But I think what I have chosen here from Popper and Deutsch in these first 2 episodes do provide something of an introduction to the philosophy in Popper's case and the worldview in Deutsch's. In other words, this is for anyone coming new to what might be called critical rationalism, or the Popperian tradition, and then in what I see as David Deutsch's advances in that philosophical lineage. So my fun today is about doing some new podcasts, but the discipline comes in meeting some arbitrary criteria to some extent that I'm setting for myself. Namely, that these will be brief, between 5 and 10 minutes, and absolutely no more than that, because if you want an introduction, I guess you want an introduction, not a deep dive. That's what my other extended episodes and podcasts are for. So this should be fun if I remain disciplined about it. I intend this occasional series to be a real distillation as I see it, and again, as I see it, of the ideas of Popper and Deutsch, and perhaps whoever else takes my fancy. Perhaps a Plato primer or a Descartes digest might come up in the next few months. I'm recording this in October 2020, and I'm now about to head into the recording of chapter 15 of The Beginning of Infinity. That's the 15th chapter out of 18, so I'm very much aware that that project is nearing its conclusion. Next will be a similar series on the fabric of reality. Unless, of course, David should publish other works in the interim, which, I imagine, would be one notable event that could change my intended course. For now, published essentially in parallel with this introduction, are my first 2 introductions. An introduction to Popper, which I'm calling my Popper primer, and an introduction to Deutsch, which I'm calling my Deutsch digest. I hasten to add that I'm concentrating on the philosophy. Obviously, David Deutsch is a physicist, and there is worthwhile work to do in producing digestible summaries of his discoveries in physics as well. But that is something I might save for another time.